In a world where short discord on social apps, the comments section of news feeds and podcasts, and now even AI generated messages, all of those impact your ability to think clearly. The human superpower of being able to spot flawed reasoning or logic has never been more important. We live in the age of the AI agent, but not all ideas are created equal. While AI tools can mimic arguments, they can't always think critically. That's your advantage. Whether you're in a business meeting or political debate, or just talking with friends, being able to recognize logical fallacies, that is, errors in reasoning, will help you speak more clearly, listen more wisely, and lead more confidently. In this video, we'll explore 10 of the most common logical fallacies, where they came from, how to spot them, and even how to strategically challenge them. And at the end of the video, you'll see how this knowledge applies to you and the world as it is today. Now, logical fallacies are everywhere. They're hidden in advertisements. You'll see them in political speeches, social media podcasts, and even in team meetings. The more persuasive they sound, the more dangerous they can be. When left unchecked, they can damage the trust between co-workers, decision-making and leadership, credibility and conversation. In contrast, being the person who communicates with clarity, logic, and empathy instantly sets you apart. As Carl Sagan, a prominent science communicator, once said, the cure for a fallacious argument is a better argument, not the suppression of ideas. And in the words of Warren Buffett, who needs no introduction, you will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you. True power is sitting back and observing things with logic. To distinguish between logic and fallacy, we're going to need to retain memory of how these fallacies work. Now, there's no better way to boost your memory other than to record some notes. So now's the perfect time to grab a pen and paper, make your study notes, or even better, if you're tech savvy, command your AI agent to summarize the following points. Okay, first fallacy, ad hominem. What does ad hominem mean? Well, it literally translates from Latin to the person. But the modern definition is closer to attacking the person instead of the idea. So as an example, don't listen to her, she didn't even finish college. Where the counter could be, let's return back to solving the problem at hand and hear what she has to say. Okay, second one, the Strawman fallacy. Now this is a 19th century metaphor for attacking a dummy instead of the real opponent. So think of it like misrepresenting someone's argument to make it easier to attack. Now, quick example, he wants better recycling laws, he must hate business. To counter this kind of statement, we could say something like, that's not quite what he said, let's look at the actual proposal. Next one, red herring fallacy. Origin, it's a bit of a folklore story, but the idea would be that smoked fish, in this case the red herring, which has a very distinctive scent, could be used to distract hounds when fox hunting or when hunting for game. Now, only those that were truly able to stick to the scent of their target will not get distracted or misled from the conveniently placed distraction. Now, in terms of the meaning, this one distracts us from the main issue with something irrelevant. So, example, let's not worry about the company data leaks. Our company logo needs an update. It's been more than 5 years. Counter, that's a separate issue. Let's stick to the security discussion. Fallacy number 4, appeal to authority. Now, the original Latin translation would imply an argument from respect. So the meaning behind this one is believing that something is true just because an authority figure said it is true. Very delicate on this one, because obviously we want to maintain credibility and we must respect authority, but there are times when authority may not get it correct, and that's important. So as a crude example, we'll pick a random billionaire. Let's go Jeff Bezos. Just because he believes it to be true doesn't mean it's always going to be correct. So a logical counter to such an argument would be even experts can be wrong. Where's the supporting evidence? Okay, fallacy 5. False dilemma. Now, this one's quite curious, and I suspect we use it a lot in natural language. The origin for this one comes from Greek philosophy, more or less simplified down to oversimplification. In the modern sense, you're deliberately presenting only two options when more exist, forcing the person to choose between the two that you want them to choose from. So, example, you're either with us or against us. Now, the logical counter here would be, are there more than two sides to this? Interesting. Okay, next one. This one is also incredibly popular in natural language. The slippery slope fallacy. Origin, it's a metaphor, mostly from the legal or ethical argument sense, about gradual consequences. So the meaning, claiming that a small step in the wrong direction will lead to disastrous consequences. So example, if we allow remote work, no one will come to the office again. Counter, is there any evidence that this would occur? Fallacy number 7, circular reasoning. I'd hope this one happens less often, but it is still an easy one to do. The Latin translation here would put this one down as a circle improving. The meaning here in the modern age is using your conclusion as the premise for your argument. So as an example, I'm honest because I always tell the truth. The best possible counter here, can you give an independent example of that honesty? I think the famous saying, show don't tell, really hits home on this one. Number 8, bandwagon fallacy. Origin was popularized in the 19th century during political campaigns, supporting winners by jumping on the bandwagon. Fairly logical. So meaning, you're claiming something is true because many believe it. So example, everyone's investing in it, you should too. The logical counter, popularity doesn't equal proof. And you can insert a Warren Buffett quote here if like it's well positioned. Interesting. When everyone's going in that direction, you should usually go the other direction. Fascinating. Okay, point 9. Post hoc, also known as false cause. Origin for this one is also from Latin, translating to after this, therefore, because of this, with the meaning more or less indicating that just because B happened after A doesn't mean that A caused B. A little confusing. Example, sales dropped after the new manager joined. He must be the problem. Counter, let's explore other variables before drawing a conclusion. And point 10, hasty generalization. This one's really prominent, 20th century inductive logic. The meaning, making a broad claim based on very limited examples or evidence. So example, one intern messed up, so they're all unqualified. Counter, one case doesn't prove a pattern for everyone. Now, hopefully you made it through. That was 10 logical fallacies, unpacked in a very simple format. Hopefully your note-taking was on point. But why does this matter, especially in business and I guess in the age of AI? Well, in business, fallacies can derail decisions. They can mask unethical behavior or even undermine collaboration. A single fallacy, left unchallenged, can sway a boardroom or even mislead a product roadmap. As AI tools become part of everyday communication, we must remember AI can simulate logic. It can't distinguish between truth and fallacy. That's your job. Now, being able to calmly challenge flawed reasoning while maintaining professionalism makes you more respected and a more effective communicator. As with most things in life, we gain power through knowledge. Memory and understanding of the information is also critical for long-term success. With this new superpower of understanding errors in logic, you have to go out into society and decide how you're going to use these. We've seen examples, say, in political debates, where techniques like ad hominem are used between political leaders to attack their opponent personally. Personally, I don't think that's a good strategy. I think it's better to go for the factual information, but this is down to you and your moral judgment. You're going to have to decide how you use these techniques in the real world. So if you enjoyed today's video, by all means consider liking, subscribing, and even sharing the video. If you can think of anyone who will benefit from today's video, definitely consider sending them. I'm sure they will appreciate it. Now, talking channel, what is this channel all about? What inspired me to create this content? Well, I founded Artega on the principle that all of us have the ability to achieve great things, but often we just lack a little bit of mentorship and guidance. That's the founding principle. I seek to share any expertise that I have gained to help them achieve whatever they set their mind to. Good luck on taking your new knowledge for a test drive. Hopefully you managed to spot some of the logical fallacies that I made during the video. I'll see you on the next video.